want to thank our wonderful executive team leading the great state of Iowa, our governor, Governor Terry Branstad, and the Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds, on to victory. And my wonderful friend and supporter from the great state of Massachusetts, Governor Mitt Romney. Thank you for your support, sir. But beyond the wonderful people on this stage, I have to thank all of you for being the most phenomenal supporters, and you are the ones that are going to make this possible on November 4th. It is because of you that we are going to take this seat back in the United States Senate. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have the energy, we have the momentum. We came through the primary and we kept pushing forward in the general election, running a campaign the way a campaign should be run, and that's getting out and meeting with the Iowa people. We are traveling on a 99-county tour. Iowa knows best. Iowa knows best. We are running a race. I am committed to running this race on Iowa values. Iowa values, and showing the United States all of the great things that we here in the state of Iowa have accomplished, and comparing that and contrasting that to my opponent's failed record. Now, last week, President Obama stated that, mark my words, I'm not on the ballot, but my policies are, every single one of them. Yes, Mr. President, they are. And you know what? A gentleman that has been supporting your policies this year, he is on the ballot. And his name is Congressman Bruce Braley. He is running for U.S. Senate. He is running on your failed policies, Mr. President. And you know what? We're going to keep him here at home in Iowa. Don't you think? It is the policies that we have put in place here in the state of Iowa that have made us so successful. We're comparing those to the policies that Congressman Bruce Braley has supported at the federal level. Now, you've heard many of these wonderful things already coming from the Lieutenant Governor and the Governor. I'm going to highlight them again. We have put in place the largest tax cut in Iowa history. Largest. And that is helping all of our individual taxpayers and small businesses across the state of Iowa. Now please, let's compare and contrast that to Congressman Braley, who has voted for one of the largest tax increases in United States history. Boo! Well, let's go back. Let's talk about rolling back job-killing rules and regulations. Here in the state of Iowa, when I first joined the Iowa State Legislature with our great governor and lieutenant governor, we participated in a Reopen Iowa for Business tour. And we identified a lot of rules and regulations out there that just were hampering job growth here in the state. Well, we've started working on those rules and regulations and implementing good policy. But what has Congressman Braley done at the federal level? He has increased rules and regulations, supported things like Obamacare with thousands of pages of rules and regulations. He supported cap and trade, which would be detrimental to our Iowa agriculture, as well as raising utility rates on every single Iowan. More rules and regulations that are killing jobs in the United States. And as a result, his unemployment rate at the federal level has gone up 1.3% since he took office. Here in the state of Iowa, we have decreased it from over 6% down to 4.5%. It's working here. Contrast Congressman Bruce Braley spending the budget. We see a government that is spending out of control. Congressman Braley has voted 8 times in the last 8 years to raise our federal debt ceiling, and our national debt has doubled in the time that he has spent in Congress. Here in the state of Iowa, the first year that this wonderful team came in and I took office in the Iowa State Legislature, we balanced the budget. We balanced the budget. So we've done all of these great things here in the state of Iowa. Definite difference between myself and the congressman. We've lowered taxes, we've rolled back job-killing rules and regulations, and we've balanced the budget. We have more Iowans working now than at any point in Iowa's history. So again, we are doing things the right way here in Iowa. We are setting the bar high. This is what we need to take to Washington, D.C. Our Iowa values. We do not need any more Washington bureaucracy coming out of D.C. and landing here in the state of Iowa. We are going to stop that. And I do want to thank so many people. I look out across this crowd and I see a lot of folks that have worked with us in the legislature, and I appreciate their service today too. Now, something else, that beyond our domestic policy, we have a world that is struggling. A world that is struggling. If you look in the Middle East with what is going on, what I'd like to do is compare and contrast my record when it comes to foreign affairs, foreign policy, military affairs, contrast that with Congressman Bruce Braley and President Obama. Now, when it comes to foreign policy, foreign affairs, I have served in our armed services for over 22 years, and I am very proud of that service. And I'm proud to have led 150 Iowa sons and daughters overseas in the very region that ISIS is taking over. I am committed to these men and women. And these men and women have fought very hard for us, not only the men and women that I have served with, and I see some of them here today, but also those of all eras, all eras. All of our veterans out there today, I want to thank you for your service. And I want to let you know that I know how hard you have worked for us. You have given blood, sweat, and tears to this nation. And I can guarantee you that when I go to the United States Senate, I am going to fight just as hard for you because you have served this country so well. Now, what I want to do is contrast that to Congressman Braley. Congressman Braley, in the midst of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, not once, but twice. Twice he voted to defund our troops as they were serving in combat. He voted to do that, leaving our service members vulnerable if that had passed. Now, he will try and deny it now, but what he was doing was putting politics ahead of our men and women in uniform, and that is absolutely unacceptable. Now, ongoing in the Middle East. And just earlier this year, Congressman Braley voted on an amendment, and this was in June, voted on an amendment that would prohibit any funding for combat operations in Iraq. And now we hear him saying, oh yes, I support the president and his airstrikes in Syria and Iraq. And matter of fact, the other day he put out a release saying we need to bring Congress back because I think this ISIS situation is really serious. No kidding, Congressman Braley. Where were you 2 years ago? So we have a gentleman who is so disengaged from what's going on around this world. And let's talk a little bit more about our veterans. I do want to point this out because Congressman Braley served on the Veterans Affairs Committee for 2 years. 2 years during the time period that our VA healthcare system was failing our veterans. He missed over 75% of those full committee hearings. At a time when he could have made an impact, he left 120,000 American veterans hanging out to dry without the health care not only that they deserve, but they had earned through their honorable service to this great nation. And again, I will never allow that to happen. So I do want to close on a positive note, though. Let's close on a positive note. We are doing very well in this campaign. And when I say we, I mean all of us. Because I do depend upon you to get your family, your friends, your neighbors out to the polls. I need you to cast that vote. We need this United States Senate seat, and I can't do it without you. But we have the momentum. Look around you. Look to your left and your right. Every event that we have gone to, rooms are packed. There is standing room only. That tells me that Iowa is excited about the opportunity to have not just one Republican United States Senator, but 2 Republican United States Senators. Going to restore fiscal sanity at the federal level. We are going to get America back on track. We are going to have a strong national defense. We are going to do these things. We are going to take this United States Senate seat back, and we are going to fire Harry Reid. All of my great friends that have joined me here on the stage. I want to thank all of you for coming out today. This is going to be a great victory in November, and I look forward to serving you, serving Iowans, because I love Iowa, and I am always going to stand up for you, our great state, and our great nation. So God bless you. God bless the state of Iowa, and God bless these great United States of America.